Hello everyone! Today I'm going to share with you some fun Montessori inspired bee theme activities that are perfect for preschoolers. For these activities, I'm using library books, pipe cleaners, pom-poms, mini erasers, popsicle sticks, magnetic letters, pattern blocks, some rice for a sensory bin, and some salt that I colored with some food coloring. As usual, I will be sharing some free printables with all of my subscribers. Thank you all so much for watching my videos. These are some of the books that we will be using this week. This is a National Geographic Kids book about bees. I really like these books. They're perfect for preschoolers. So we'll be using this book. This one is called Bee. This one is Ask a Bug. Really like this book. We're asking some questions to the bee and the bee is answering our questions. We're going to be reading The Honey Makers by Gail Gibbons. I really love her books. I really love all of her illustrations. This one, Honeybee. And then there's other books here. If Bees Disappeared, that is an excellent book that we're going to be reading. This one, Honeybees, and this one, Bumblebees. We're also reading two picture books. I really love this one. It's called Just a Little Bit. Super cute book. It's about an elephant that sits on the seesaw and the mouse wants to play with him, but the elephant needs a little bit more weight on this side. So then all the friends start coming. There's giraffe and a zebra and all kinds of animals come, but still nothing happens. And then at the end, all they needed was a little bit of help from a beetle. A little beetle comes and that is all that they needed, and then all the friends are playing with the elephant. Super cute book. Just a Little Bit. We will be reading this picture book and then this book by this is a Curious George, A Home for Honeybees. We'll read this. We're also reading from this book. It's a devotional book for little boys, God's Wisdom for Little Boys by Jim and Elizabeth George. So this week we will be reading about being kind. It's God's little boy is kind, and so we'll read this devotional this week. So these are the books that we'll use this week for our lessons. For this activity, I created this printable. We're going to build a beehive. So I have the cards here. It says I can build a beehive. I'm using some pattern blocks. I'm using some mini erasers. And then I'm also using some pom-poms. So we're going to need 3 honeycombs. So we're using our pattern blocks, our hexagon pattern blocks. So we're going to need 3. 1, 2, 3. We also need 5 bees. I'm using the little mini erasers. So we're going to put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3 bits of pollen. I'm using this little pom-poms, so we're just going to put them here. 1, 2, and 3 bits of pollen. So what my grandson's going to do is look at the cards. This is perfect for logic, concentration. I have 4 cards. So we will be working with these cards. and building a beehive. This is a free printable, and I'll go ahead and link it below. Now, if you don't have some pattern blocks, I created this printable with some pattern blocks. I have this that are color and this one black and white. Your child can color these. I'll go ahead and link this below. This next activity is a number quantity activity. I created this printable. I also have some clips that I'm going to be using. I glued some of the little mini erasers to the clips. They're so cute. So what my grandson's going to do is he's going to look at the card, say that's 1B, and then he's going to put the clip here. And then the next one, 1, 2, 2 honeycombs, and he's going to put this here, 3, and so on. This is a free printable. I'll go ahead and link it below. One of the things we're going to do this week is go outside and look at these cards. I found these at Target. They were $1. It's on the go backyard bugs, insects, spiders, and more. Paid $1 for this. So we're going to be looking through the cards. There's the bumblebee. There's butterflies. It gives you a little bit of information on each of the insects, like this, the bumblebee. Tells you there are over 205 species of bumblebees worldwide. Then there's butterfly, grasshopper, lightning bug, all kinds of cute cards, ants. So we will be using these. Another thing that we're going to do this week, we have been having a lot of fun just practicing with our scissors. So we're going to be cutting these little bees. If you don't have some of the little mini erasers, you can use these little bees after your child has practiced cutting them. You can use the little bees to put for your clips. So this is a free printable. I'll link it below. And we're also going to use this printable. This is a hexagon. We're going to talk about the shape. This is a free printable from preschoolplayandlearn.com. So we're going to be working on this hexagon. So what my grandson is going to do, first we're going to be using a little car we already had. I just painted some lines here to make it look like a bumblebee. And so what he's going to do is he's going to go around the hexagon. We're going to talk about the shape. It has 6 sides. Maybe the next day use a dry erase marker and trace the hexagon. So we're going to do that. Another thing that we're going to do is use popsicle sticks to form the hexagon. He is just going to have so much fun with this activity, learning about the shape for this week, the hexagon. And using our popsicle sticks, we're going to be using our little car, we're going to be using a marker, just different ways to vary this activity.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Another thing we're going to do, we're going to be using this printable. This printable is from homeschoolpreschool.net. It's the parts of the bee. At the bottom, on these little rectangles, we have eye, legs, antenna, wings, head, and body. I went ahead and I already cut these so you can see what we're going to do. We're just going to label. This is the head, this is the antenna, the wings. You can have your child color it. You can cut the pieces out and you can either have your child glue them, or if you want to use it over and over, maybe put it in a sheet protector, and then you can have your child learn the parts of the bee. This is a free printable from homeschoolpreschool.net. This next activity is a number quantity activity. I created this printable. We're working with numbers 1 through 10. I'm using some beads, and so what my grandson's going to do, he's going to look at the beehive, and we're pretending these are our little bees, and we're going to put one of the beads here. So that is 1, and then 2 for the next one, 3, and so on. Super fun activity. We're using our little pincer grasp as we're picking up the beads and working on number quantity, concentration as we're bringing in our beads up here, and just matching the number with the correct number of beads. This is a free printable. I'll go ahead and link it below. This next activity is a beginning letter sound activity. I put 3 things here. I have an ant, a bee, and a caterpillar. So what my grandson's going to do is match the beginning letter sound with the toy. So that's an ant. So ant begins with the letter A. We're doing the uppercase and the lowercase. This is a bee. So we're going to match the letter B right here. Caterpillar, letter C, the uppercase and the lowercase. Just a fun way to practice beginning letter sound. Another thing we will be doing this week is working with this puzzle, matching colors. My grandson's just going to have so much fun working with this puzzle. Another thing that we'll be doing this week is we're going to be playing with this dominoes. This is nature dominoes. I picked this up at the thrift store a few months ago for $2. Super cute domino set. It has a lot of insects and bugs. So we are going to be playing dominoes with our little nature dominoes. My grandson really loves playing games, so I found this game. It's called Honeybee Tree, and it comes with these cute little bees, lots of these bumblebees, and these little leaves, you stick them. It has the little holes here. You stick the little leaves there, then you put all the bumblebees up here, and then you take turns pulling the little leaves off. So if it's my turn, I pull this and nothing happens. So then he would have a turn. He would be over here. He pulls a leaf, and so the little bumblebees that fall here, we keep track. Like this is going to be his. There's a little number here, like there's a number 3, there's a number 2, there's a number 1, and a number 4. So he's number 3, so he already has one bumblebee. And then if somebody else was playing with us, then they would turn it around and pull a leaf. And so the object of the game is not to have a lot of bumblebees, because the one with the most bumblebees at the end is the one that is going to lose. The one with the least amount of bumblebees wins the game. Super fun game, and it's important that children learn to play games, learn to take turns, and learn that they're not going to win all of the time, but they're still having fun. This is Honeybee Tree. Super fun game. We're going to be using this salt tray. I went ahead and colored the salt. I put it in a little Ziploc bag, the sandwich size bag, and some food coloring. When you put your food coloring in there, be sure you take all of the air out of the bag before you start mixing it. And after you mix all the color, just go ahead and take out the salt. I went ahead and put it on this tray, and it dries fairly quickly. So we're going to be tracing our letters this week using this salt tray, and we're calling it pollen tray. We're going to be tracing our letters on pollen, and so we're going to trace the letter B. And then we would do the lowercase letter b. I put together this sensory bin with some rice that I colored with food coloring. I put some of the little bees and some of the bees from the other game. I put some letters in here. So what my grandson is going to do is just play with this and have so much fun. We're also going to be working in our interactive learning notebook this week. We're going to be tracing, coloring the letter B, then tracing the letter B. Then we're going to color these pictures that begin with the letter B, and then we're going to find and color the letter B. We're also going to have, for our snack, some of these honeycomb cereal, and we also made these. This is just a construction paper, and here's a little face, some little antennas. It's a bumblebee, and then we also made this little bee. This is an part of an egg carton, and some pipe cleaners, some googly eyes, just some little crafts that we made this week. I hope you enjoyed the activities I had for you today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.